Good morning, it's Rosalie with Can't Wait to Plan. How are you doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Mother's Day weekend. Happy belated Mother's Day. Um, we, my husband got sick before Mother's Day, and then he gave it to me the Friday before Mother's Day. So we were both, he was feeling much better, but I had a sore throat and I still have a little bit of a scratchy voice, as you can hear, but we're both feeling much better now. And so we just went to dinner with the kids, and it was nice and quiet. It was to our favorite Italian restaurant close by. This Italian restaurant, 𝘀𝗶𝗸𝗍 allow dogs because they have a patio out in the back. So it was really nice to have both of my little fur babies with me as well. So anyway, they're both 15 years old, and so we're trying to spend as much time with them as we can. All right, so today I'm going to be showing you how I made these two sympathy cards for, it's a sad occasion, for two of my really good friends whose fur baby just passed away. The first one, so I made them both the same style. I just wanted to show you what I did slightly differently because it was occurring about the same time, and I was so devastated. I actually didn't even have enough creativity to come up with a second design. I just wanted to get it out to them. And these were also, I wanted to make them personalized because I think sympathy cards is one of the one where you truly should be making it personalized because it is for the memory of a loved one. And I so understand how my two friends feel because I treat my fur baby as they treat their fur baby. They're not pets to us. They're, to me at least, they're like my kids. So it was so sad to hear that. But in any case, I went to a collection from Hunkydory, a card collection that I got because the color scheme was a little bit muted, and I wanted something just like to start with. And mainly I was looking for the cardstock and the frame, but and none of my doggy collections were much brighter, much happier, I guess. And so this one has a few things that I was able to use, but most of the time I actually came up with my own thing. But anyway, it's called Muddy Paws, and it's so super sweet. Unfortunately, none of these dogs look anything like my friend's dogs, so I couldn't really use any of these images. You can see they're so cute. I found an image here that I was able to use for one of the cards, so I used that, and you can see it's so cute. And this one was just nothing I could use, but it's still cute. I'm flipping through this quickly so you can kind of see what. So I was hoping that one of these frames would work for the card that I was gonna make, and I decided, I was reading on an old copy of the Crafting with Hunkydory magazine. Hunkydory, if you don't know, it's a United Kingdom and a company based out of England, and I just started collecting them for a couple of years, and I just love their stuff. So I was able to use one of the frame here, which you can see I didn't use the inside. It's actually for a birthday one, and so I'll show you what I did there. So I just took it out, and then this one is from another, and then this one. Okay, so I didn't use anything. Oh, and there was one sentiment on this one that I also use, which I'll show you. Okay, and then they also have matching cardstock to go with them, and it's but I flipped through all of the cardstock and nothing that they had. This one which potentially could be used, but I decided to match with the one I was looking for, but I decided to use the paper that they had instead because that one didn't have enough space for me to make the stepper cards. So I was talking about how I found this recipe or this tutorial in the magazine for a stepper cards, which I've made before, but I've never really followed a recipe. So these are the inserts, and I did choose two of the insert. The insert is the more muted paper that you put on the inside of the card. So I found two that I was able to, two pattern that I was able to use, and I'll show you that in a second. And then I also found sometimes the insert come with not cardstock but double-sided paper, and I found one that I was able to use. So that's what I ended up using from the collection. Not too much, but it was a good enough start of a base. So speaking of the stepper cards, I wanted something that my friend can put on their mantelpiece and keep it out to what do you call it, to give them to remind them of their fur baby. So I decided on a stepper card, and I usually just do it from scratch, but I found this one in the magazine that I thought was so good. I tried it out and I really liked it. So anyway, so the paper I decided to use was this one for the first card. This is for my amazing mailman. His name is Mo, and he's so sweet. I mean, it's rare that you find somebody that's always so nice and so friendly and so upbeat, and so we became friends, and he even came to my husband's birthday party recently in January. But anyway, he had Molly, and Molly was with him for almost 18 years, and he had him since she was 8 weeks old. So and it's the first fur baby he ever had, and the first one that ever passed away. So he'd been taking it so hard, and so I so feel for him. But in any case, so with this paper, I decided to go with the light, because the stepper card need to be made with a cardstock as a base card. So I used this very pretty light blue cardstock from Hunkydory as well. I just got this too. I love it because it's pink. I haven't been able to find anything in pink, and I needed a new scoring board because the scoring board I've been using is a combination scoring board and paper cutter from 𝘀𝗵𝗹𝗶, and it's not very good because by the time for what it's it's one of those that's only this wide and you can open it up, but in the top is okay, but by the time you get to the middle, the track seems to be always misfed or something, and it never score all the way down well. So I've seen them use this on their channel, on their YouTube videos and stuff, and I really liked it, so I got it. You have inches on one side and centimeter on the other side. And the cool part too, and it was really reasonable, the cool part too is they have the box lid on one side and the measurement for the box on the other side. So let's say if you're making a 4x4 box and you did that, if you just go on the other side and follow it for the box lid, you're just going to be able to make it just one tiny little bit bigger, so that the lid would fit onto the box. And I haven't tried it out, but that's what I understand, and so I really like that too. And I was gonna get something smaller, but it's with how much scoring I do, I said fine. So anyway, I just want to show you real quick, just in case you wanted it to make the exact card. So their paper, this is an A4, which is like 8 1/4, 11 1/4 or something like that by 8 7/5 or whatever it was. It's A4, okay, just European A4. So they say trim it down to 28 centimeter, which is you just trim a little bit here just to make it all even. And then literally you measure 5.5 and always do it on the other side. I measure and put a line down the lengthwise at 5.5 centimeter in and 5.5 centimeter in on this side. So you have 2 pencil line there, and then you score at 3 to the pencil line on both sides. Okay, so at 3 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 10 centimeter, and at 14 centimeter you score all the way across, and at 21 centimeter again you just score to the 5.5 centimeter side. Okay, so if that was too fast for you, let me repeat it. So you do a 5.5 centimeter into on the lengthwise into the card on both sides. You draw a pencil line down that 5.5 centimeter line, and then you score up to the 5 centimeter line at 3 centimeter, 6 centimeter, 10 centimeter. At 14 centimeter, you score all the way across, and at 21 centimeter, you score just to the 5.5 centimeter line, and you do the same on both sides. Okay, so make sure when you flipped it over to do it, you don't, you have to do it on this side, okay, like 3 over here. Don't do 3 over here because that's not going to line up. So that actually makes a card that once you fold it, fits into the 6 by 8 envelope really well, which you know, they have a different name because I buy their envelope as well. So anyway, and then so let me show you the card. Oh, where's the card? Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Sorry. So that's what I did here. I score all of those, and then you fold. The first one is a hill, then valley, hill, valley, and then you get something like that. Okay, so isn't that so awesome? So I use the inside of the, so I wanted the border to be, the flower border to be down here. So I cut this just, you know, straight across. And then the rest of the paper I use, as you can tell that you can't really see this part very much. So I just used the sky paper to cut out pieces, small pieces to line this. This one, I didn't want to waste the paper up here. So I just use, I think, whatever I cut here, and then added a little bit of the sky paper left on there. Okay, so that way you can still save, because I didn't have too much of this paper. This is one of the only sympathy sentiment they had in the collection, so I took it and say, "You leave paw print in my heart." And then that's the frame that I was able to use, and that's her picture. That's Molly picture, and that's so sweet. So because the paper also, I line it up here to show a little bit of the pattern up there, and it's, I guess I cover the whole thing, but it's have sky paper in there as well. So the paper line pretty much the whole thing. Okay, so that's this one. And the back is just a polka dot or water drops or whatever. Isn't that stunning? It's really a pretty pattern paper that I picked. Well, that was in the collection, so it matches this really, really well. And then they had a insert paper, the one that goes on the inside of this one. It matches the pattern of this as well. And so I did the same thing. So you can see that it doesn't quite cover the whole thing, right? So I lined this here, and then I just kind of did, I have to use 2 of these. You get 3 in the collection. I have to use 2 of them to also make this part to match there as well. Okay, so then so that's just the paper part. I put Molly on with this frame. I just put her photo down onto the frame and just cut around it so it matches on that. And then I did the same thing for the blue cardstock, because I didn't want, when it's standing, you see how when you're standing, I didn't want it to oh, what happened here? Oh, I put the blue paper in the back, so it's not the cardstock, but it's just one of the blue paper, so you don't see a stark white background when you're looking from the back. And then I put between the frame and Molly's pictures, I put the foam strips on it, and Hunkydory has the best foam tape, I tell you. First of all, it's very strong, so nothing. I was using mostly Anna Griffin foam square before, because she included it with her card kit and stuff, and they, you know, some of the thing I still have around me, or cards or scrub, I could literally pull it apart without any issues, so that's not good. These stick really, really well. So maybe if you have something that you don't want to be permanently attached, then use, you know, the Anna Griffin, or I don't know what other company that sell foam squares that doesn't really stick very well, but these stick so well. Nothing would be coming out. So I put it in between, and I was using, they have these amazing strips that was, I think this is 1 1/4. Is that 1 1/4? Even less, I think. Yeah, like 1/8, I think. 1/8 of an inch. And then they have these, which is really nice. This is like a little bit, like maybe 1/3 of an inch. And then they have these tiny one. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. It's like 1/18 of an inch, or maybe that's 1/8. This one is a little bit more. It's like 3/8 or whatever. So I was using this one and they're soft enough so you can roll it in between the corners and things. And I put that, and then I also, once I line it back with the pattern paper, I put that whole sandwich onto the card, onto the base card, also on foam tape too. So that was that makes it just stand out a little bit more. So this, I also put it on foam tape. And this one, this sentiment, I love you forever, is from Anna Griffin. She had a collection called what was it called? Furry Friends Collage Card Toppers that I bought a while back, and it came with a bunch of sentiment labels. It was really, really nice. However, the one I really liked, everything else is very happy birthday and that kind of thing. I really like this sentiment, but you see how it's on blue? It's on a blue cardstock that goes with the collection that she was that we had in the collection, but it didn't match the blue on here. So I just took it apart. So it's actually, you have sentiment twice. The top part is foam tape onto the bottom, and the bottom has the blue. The top one doesn't. And so I just tore this one up. I didn't tear it. I take it out very carefully because I was going to use it for another card. And then I just trim out the blue and threw that away. And I just trace. I took the whole label, and I just trace onto the they call it Mirri card from Hunkydory. That's very nice, thick gold foil cardstock, and I just trace it and then just trim it a little bit with my scissors, trim it a little bit bigger than what I trace, and that give me that, you know, that's nice gold foiling that I actually foam tape the sentiment onto. This looks like it has a little bit of glue on here. Yep. Okay, so that's what I did there. And then I use some what do you call that? Shoot, where did I put it? Let me put this away first. I use see. I put everything here so I can show it to you, and then it's sliding somewhere. Oh, here. Yeah, so here's the gold mirror card. So I was just using Hunkydory because I bought a bunch, so I might as well use it, right? They had this diamond sparkle, they call it, but it's just rhinestones, and they're 3mm, 5 and 7mm, and these are called Pretty Pink. So I chose the smallest one because on the frame it actually has 3 dots here, and so I just wanted to lighten it up. I mean, really pop it up quite a bit, but they didn't have enough of the pink, so I actually put the lightest pink in the middle, and then the 2 slightly darker pink on the outside. So I did that for these, okay. And then I put a Griffin satin bows on top in the color that match. I had it in my stash. And by the way, I just got these by mistake. I bought it. I knew they say they only sell this from Hunkydory. They only sell the silicone glue within European, within mainland England only, UK only. But for whatever reason, they let it through, and it was even on special too, and I got 3 bottles. I was so happy. I know Crafty Companion also sell these, so if you wanted to try it, but it's first of all, when you use it, it's you can move it around, so it's not like tape where like once you stick it down you can't take it apart. You move it around, but once you let it set for maybe 5 minutes, it's set permanently, and it's great for making boxes and things like that. But I use it for the bows, okay, so because it works for everything. And then I use in my stash I had this Making Memories Mini Shimmer Alpha. It's just a pink glitter alpha. It comes in both uppercase and lowercase, and I just put her name Molly here. It doesn't show up very well. I'm a little bit upset about that, but it's okay. It's very nice and subtle. And then I just wanted to put something on her card, and I just chose a cute little pink heart that I had in my stash. This is from Diamond Press. Diamond Press makes these really cute. They don't stick very well though, so you got to be careful. I don't know what they're called, puffy stickers or whatever in different colors. I bought them all, and so I just used the medium size heart or the small size heart and just put a little heart there, which I thought make it so sweet. Isn't that so good, guys? I love this so much. I hope he loves it too. So now on the inside, I found a really nice poem on the internet. And I just changed it a little bit. So I typed it in, and I just changed the wording a little bit to personalize it to my friend. It say, "In your arm, dear Daddy Mo, I found love that brought such cheer, a home so wonderful and blessed, where my heart forever rests. But the rainbow bridge called my name, time to soar and play no longer tame. With other pets in the sky we fly, as rainbow arch reaching up high." Oh, I did a typo there. "This special hug, a gift I sent for you to cherish, my loving dad. Place your hand upon your heart so true, my paw is imprint forever with you." And it's signed, "I love you very much, Daddy Mo, and cannot wait to see you again on Rainbow Bridge, Molly back high." Isn't that so sweet? Oh my gosh. So I found a rainbow, just put any rainbow graphic you have in the background, and I just printed like lighter than it's supposed to be, and that way it doesn't distract from the words. And then this is I wanted to I should have done it before I put it on the card, because then I probably could have just printed on in different color, and I wanted to use different color. but I remember that I had this set from, I think it's Diamond Press, or I think it's Diamond Press, and not Kingston Craft. And they had all these alphas in a variety of different colors, and which is really nice. So I just alternate and just put it in rainbow order and put it on there. The only bad thing about it is because it's so fine, it was hard for me to even put it on a sticky specs or something to get the glue better. And the glue on here is just not very good at all. So I put it under books, heavy books and stuff, just to get it to stay. So I hope it stay. But anyway, and then I left plenty of space that after I'm going to give this to him today. So after the video is done, I'm going to go in and write down my sentiment here for him. And in the back, I just have my handmade logo on there. Okay, so isn't that so sweet? I love it. I love you, Molly, and I'm so sorry. We're going to miss you so much. So anyway, so that's that, and I did personalize a envelope for him as well. So I made it, you know, more manly for his name, and that's going to go in here just perfectly. Okay, and I'm going to when he come through his route today through my house, I'm going to give it to him. So anyways, that's that. And by the way, beside these foam tape, Hunkydories have the best double-sided tape, the fingerless tape. You see how much you can get for, like, I think it's like $1. It's so inexpensive, and look how much it is, and it sticks so well. And this is the one you get from like Temu, and these just like it's not entirely repositionable, but it doesn't stick as well. So it's literally, you can still pull stuff up after a day of being down there. So it's like, if you want things to stick, make sure you use the better glue. Oh, and by the way, to put on Rainbow Bridge, I use my T-square, of course, because that helps in getting those. Okay, so now let me show you the variation of the card, which is the other one. And for that one, I could not find, so her photo, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do, so I had these printed just on 4x6, and therefore by the time I got the card back, it was a little bit too big for any of the frame that was in the collection, so I couldn't use anything. So I just had, I did purchase from Hunkydory the Ornate label nesting dies. It comes, and so I used the largest die, and the second largest die, and I just trim out a frame for in that gold Mirri card, and so on. That makes it fits really well. I used the same one and cut out the Lavender cardstock. They call it adorable Scorable. So that way you see how now if he turned in the back, you can still don't see the white part, and I back that to the photo. I did use foam square between the frame, foam strip between the frame and the photo, and with that I was using the one that I told you that was like 1/16. It's really nice. I know scrapbook.com has the 1/16 one too, which I wanted to try, but I haven't compared the price, but it's every time I go to order something and I think about it and I want to throw it in, it's out of stock. So I haven't been able to try that yet. So I did that, and then between that sandwich, again, I foam taped the whole thing. I wanted to put her name up here because of the way the paper is done. The best way is to kind of lower it down and had her name up here, and I want her name to be on something that's not so busy as all these paw print, which was in this, where was the paper? Oh, that's the cardstock here. I can't, can't find the paw print paper that I wanted to show you, but it just has a lot of paw print and some flowers. Very busy. It's kind of like that. And I think the only purple that I have that matches the paper a little bit is this one, and it would just be completely not visible, so I didn't put it down below. I put it up here, 𝘰𝗹𝗹𝗶. And isn't she gorgeous? I have this tiny little bow that I got from Aliexpress as a bundle, and so I use I think it was either Anna Griffin or something else, but it's very small, tiny little foam square, and it's not very strong. I didn't want to use the Hunkydory one because in case my friend is Karen with Yes Please Papercraft. Hi Karen, if you're watching. And I used that, so in case she didn't like that, she can just peel off the bow, and I don't think it will ruin anything because, like I said, it's not that sticky. So anyway, I used the leftover, the second part of the I Love You Forever sentiment, and again I put it on a gold mirror card. And by the way, because I had two layer of 2mm foam on this between here and here. When you put this on, I had to put 2 layers over here. This side only have 1 layer because otherwise it won't match up. And then on this side, I found that my little princess I was showing you in the card collection. So I had it over here, and I think I'm still going to. I just pull out my dog 𝘰𝗹𝗻 box, and I may still decorate it a little bit. But you know, it's a sympathy card. I think less is more in this case. I used the same poem, and again changing the name, and in this case it's Mommy Karen, and so on, and printed on here with 𝘰𝗹𝗹𝗶 name on it. And I rotate. You know, the bad thing about this this set is that they don't, like, they gave you 1 B. What am I going to do with that? You know, it's so weird that the B is there's so few. There's 2H. So by the time 𝘰𝗹𝗹𝗶, by the way, there's 4L in there, and they only give you 3L, which, so at the last 2L, because they're next to each other, I didn't want it to show because it's slightly different than that. I had to take the T from the lavender set and cut that end off to use as that. So they don't give you enough. It's only 1 sheet in the whole collection. So that's the only bad part, because once you run out, so to make this rainbow bridge, I didn't start. I wanted to start with the way the rainbow always started, which I did on this one. See how it started with the orange, and this one I had to start with green because I was afraid I was going to run out of whatever if I use it in the same order. So that's what I did. And by the way, I meant to tell you and I forgot. If you wanted to make sure everything fits, what I did was, once I measure and cut out the piece that goes in, that T piece that goes on the inside, I scan it on my scanner, and so that's the scan part. Okay, and then I put that scan part, which is not 8.5 by 11. So when you actually print it on there, I had to put a couple strip of paper here just to make sure it's all even. Then I did a test run. So that's the paper, the fake paper. That's from my scan. I print it onto a piece of paper with the poem kind of nicely centered the way I like it, and I test print it. And because it's perfect, then now I took that piece of paper, I just use a temporary tape that I got from Hobby Lobby a while back, and just put the paper in there, and you know how to feed in your printer so that it prints on this side, and that's all. And because it didn't span 8.5 by 11, 8.5, I actually add a couple pieces here, otherwise it will misfeed. Okay, that's all you need to know. It's very simple to use. If you have any questions or whatever, just send me a comment and I'll try to help you. And that's that. that's basically all I did here. Again, I had to use 2 of this piece to make sure everything fit. But other than that, I think it's super sweet, and I hope this will help a little bit of easing my friend's pain in the loss of their fur baby. I think that's all I have for now, and I hope that you're gonna have a great week. I'm so sorry I put a damper on your week by getting a little bit too emotional, but I love it. I think this is, and for my friend Karen, I don't think I can make an envelope like that because I have to mail it to her. So I'm gonna put her address on and everything, and I hope you like that. Alrighty, you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye.